there. Hello, wonderful people. So today I'm having a guest. Her name is Oluwafunmike. I don't want to start analyzing the interpretation of Oluwafunmike because, not everybody might understand. Yeah, but this is me trying my little way to break Oluwafunmike's fear of public speaking. So in this session, okay, you just need to relax. Nothing technical, nothing serious. It's just about your career, yourself, and your growth, basically. Nothing so serious. So I'll be asking you some questions. You give me your responses. And at the end of the session, we are going to share this for people to see and comment, but take your mind away from people that are going to see it and comment later. Focus on me and you. Thank God it's just me and you that is here. Those are two people you can see. So I'm the only one you can see, nothing to worry about. Okay? So for me, if you are here and you don't know my name, I don't know what you're doing here. Anyway, so anyone listening, my name is Ibironke and I'm a software test engineer, basically. And we have been doing this. Today marks the end of the 3 weeks journey at the ladder, right? And it's been an amazing thing. Yes, I know there are some tasks you're supposed to do you have not done, but I've seen progresses from your profile to your CV to, being accountable, being able to share yourself and being more proactive. So yes, there has been that growth. And the more we get to do it, the better. Next week is going to be our last week for this amazing 1-month mentorship session. Yeah, we get to talk about then. Anyways, for today, this is why we are here. So, Funke, let's always meet you.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Just like you said, my name is Oluwafunmike.
Your earpiece is not making us hear you well. So the volume is going off, on, off, on. Okay.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, so I think you need to put your microphone well so we can hear you loud. Don't worry, we just want to enjoy your voice. That's all.
Can you hear me?
Very well. Fantastic.
Okay. So a solution. I'm an application support to the software and software quality assurance analyst. I've been in my career for over 10 years now. Work with different clients, especially in banking industries in Nigeria. And I'm actually at this moment want to move further in my career, like becoming more with more experience, go more in my career, and become like automation engineer, especially taking and moving to a level that I can take a lead role in my career. So, and this program that was initiated by Ladder Platform, it has actually given me a new thought, a new beginning in my understanding how to go about it when you want to switch fully from one career to the other. Like I said, I used to be a support analyst. That's when supporting applications. When application has issues, we are there to support them as a technical resource. So that's has been my career, even to the moment. That's what I've been doing. But I want to switch to a PA, an expert in PA. And this platform has given me a great opportunity to know the direction to go about it. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. That was quite detailed. I was at a point, I was like, okay, Funke started telling me everything about her. She started answering all the questions I want to ask already. Already, calm down.
Ask more. Yes, I ask more. I will explain better again. You know, this one is just a little part of it.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so okay, you're married and you have kids, and you have been in this career for your application support role for 10 years. How has it? I don't know. I don't know if you started this career before you got married, or it was when you got married, started this career, but overall, how has it been from being an application support engineer with family, with children? How has it been so far? How has the progress been?
Ah,
How
it's,
many kids do you have? Let's even start from there.
I have to.
Two,
A boy and a girl.
a
Yes.
boy and a girl. Wow. So yes, please walk us, because walk us, just help us, walk us through that journey of 10 years and this tech
Okay,
journey.
wow. Honestly, actually, I started as I started my technology line. That's my technology career before marriage. But even though when you're single, as a single lady, it's not easy like that. How much more putting it together in the fact when you are married with kids, family to attend to, challenges or pressures, you know, your family
Sorry
needs
to
your
cut you
time.
before you go on. Do you want to talk without the earpiece? Will it work? Let's test it.
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Okay.
Ah,
So combining family with
this is on.
career is challenging. I could remember some days I had to sleep at office. And my family were, how do you want to do it? You're going to sleep at office. Yes, I have to sleep because we have issues and customers are pressing. They want solution. They want you to, to, to resolve the issue. They want you to solve their problems. You
Hmm.
understand? So several times like that, I had to sleep at my client's office. Then when I come home, I have to also take care of family, do what is expected of me as a married woman. So those are the things that the challenges we face. But that shouldn't um, disrupt me from moving forward. That shouldn't stop me from knowing where I'm going in my career. Because, like for me, I love technology, to be honest. I love it from the beginning, even right from when I was in secondary school. I'm like, I have to be a computer science. I have to read computer science. This is where I want to be. And I'm happy today that I'm in the technology. I know what is going on in the technology world. So it is a very amazing journey, which I'm happy about,
Wow.
honestly.
So I know you mentioned a point that, when you were single, it's something already. And also when you're now married, again, it's like another layer. Um, Now this question would take it, let's bring it more home and more personal, because yes, we can,
Okay, no problem.
there's 1,000,001 tech talk out there talking about tech. But let's bring it more home.
Okay.
Let's talk about the human factors of this thing. Being a married woman or man, anyone listening to us, we know that, in fact, let's even remove tech. We know that being single and doing your job, your businesses, and then being married in your job or business is like a whole layer, because there is now someone involved in your circle that you also need to put into that circle. And now
Hmm.
children in the picture, not one, but two. And we know some other families have 3, 4 kids.
Yes.
Do you think that, no, what do you think? Because let's say there is a married woman with kids,
Yes.
either 2 or 3, and just wants to, because you already started the tech thing when you were single. Do you now, let's think about it now. What do you think? If you already been married before you get to know about tech, do you think it will be easy, or do you think it's even possible to still move into tech?
Sure, it's possible. It's all about determination. There's nothing impossible in life. It's all about you be determined I want to achieve it. Being single before, being married before going to tech does not stop you. What you need is determination. Am I ready? I'm ready. So what are the things I need to do? No, part of it is mentorship. Look for people that can help you out. People you can actually, that can guide you on how to go about it. Because if you say you want to do it alone, you might be missing things. Just like I said, I've been in the tech industry for the past 10 years, but I've been struggling to switch. I won't lie to you. I've been struggling to switch for almost 4 years now. I want to be an expert in automation. I want to be an expert in PA. I know I'm available for technical support. Yes, I've worked with people that are not even Nigerians, international expatriates. You understand my point? But I still need people to guide me, which is reason why I joined the platform.
The latter
This
program,
platform that I joined, and it has really helped because I'm not getting a light to what I want to do. So being married after being married and changing to a tech does not mean that you cannot succeed. You just need a direction that, okay, these are the people that are already into it. How are they doing it? How are they getting it right? So you need to put, try to connect with them. And also you can also go through their YouTube, go to the YouTube, read. You just need time, create little time out of that no time, create that little time for your career. That okay, I want to move into tech, and these are the things I need. What are the things I need to do first? Who can help me out? What are the materials I need to go through? Even though I'm reading materials, who are the people I need to talk to mentor me in this field that I'm going to? So that one doesn't stop you. It's about determination, like I said.
Sure. Thank you so much for that, because, in my own training platform, I get that question a lot. It got to a point I even had this on my FAQ session on the website, because people ask that, I'm married, I have kids, I have children, and I'm working full time. Do you think I can still learn? And there is really no way I would answer that question perfectly so well compared to someone like you, because I might not really understand their shoes, right? But yes, like I always tell them, is about, are you ready for it? It's always like a new challenge. Even if you are married with kids, let's say you are already working in, let's say, First Bank now, and then you want to go and apply to Apple. You just need that determination that, you know what, I'm going to apply for this job. Whether they pick me up or they did not pick me, I'm going to apply for it. And then you go for it, So as long as it has to do with something new, you need to be ready for it. I need to know, like you mentioned, know the necessary steps. That is the how, and then pursue it. Either by having a mentor, either by reading people's channel, following them. And then let's talk about, before we come into mentorship, in fact, what do you think is the age range, is the maximum age range for someone that wants to go into tech? I know that, yes, tech, a lot of young people are in tech. Like a 12 years old boy is already developing an application, right? A 14 years old girl is already doing a lot in Twitter. A lot of people, young. And someone that is elderly, right? Someone in you people's generation, because we are Gen Z. Someone in our own generation will be like, okay, we can learn. I'm not a Gen Z anyway. So, but Gen Z are catching up. But my question is now, what do you think is the maximum age for someone that wants to go into tech? What do you think is that age that, if you're already in this age, I better forget about tech?
There's no, you mean that the maximum age or minimum?
The maximum.
I don't think anybody is limited by age.
But we know that a woman of 80 years old might not be able to start learning.
Oh, okay. Let's say maximum, like, I disagree. If you don't care, I disagree, because I saw something on UTest. UTest is an open freelance for testers. Yes. I saw an old man of 70 testing. Wow. Yes. So to me, there's no, maybe 100. 100 may not be able to. But for me to say it's a kind of testimony on that platform. The man was 70 years and he started testing. So if you do a freelance testing on your test, I mean, he's doing it fine.
Wow.
Yes.
So really, there is really no.
So I can't say there is a maximum age for it.
Let's say
Maybe like from 80 or 100.
Old people cannot
For me, I still see I believe it's all about determination, maybe from 80, but 70 years old man to still be testing. Wow. As long as the brain is there.
Yeah, so that means that someone that is 35, 40, 50 can still learn.
They are not, of course, they can, in fact, they are agile. They can do it. Why?
Now that is new, guys. Because I hear a lot of people say, with my own age, I don't think that this is going to, computer, so it's all about your mind and
all about mind,
as you have a
and determination. Yes, and interest. If you have that interest, you will go for it. In fact, the man's story was funny. He said he couldn't believe himself that he would be able to do the test, and he ran the test and got his money. So,
wow,
yeah,
that's amazing. That's it. That's oh my goodness! I'm so excited about that.
I just started.
Wow, nice. So now let's come back to mentorship. I know there is so many talk again. Sultan mentioned in the last invite I had with Sultan. Sultan really mentioned about how to get a mentorship. You go through an academy, the first person that tutor you can even be your mentor and stuff like that. Again, let's bring it to more human. Do you think, there is, especially in Africa, for example, we have age disparities, and there is a way we carry age to our chests in Africa, and the way we see things. So what do you think? Because to be very transparent, that's one of my own fears when I went to mentor people. And people that very elderly reach out to me like, oh, I want to be like, anyway. Because people can be very concerned about this young girl, this young boy wants to come and be mentoring me. No. So for someone that is elderly, how do you think they can get a mentor, and who do you think can mentor them? Is there an age bracket of people that can mentor them?
I don't agree that there should be age bracket. It's all about you are looking for something. You are now saying because the person you are older, then that means you don't want to get it. It's not about age. It's not about whether the person is a male or female.
Gender.
It's all about what you want and where you are going to. That's my belief. So if even in the Yoruba, they say so when you look at the person that, okay, I'm older than this person, but he or she has the stuff I need. You have to just come down and lower yourself. Not lower yourself as in the person will disrespect you. You understand my point?
Don't be for learning.
Yes, just for learning. You want what you want to get. So there is no age. You shouldn't even remember age. You have to remember that you have a focus, and your focus is where you are going to. That's
I love that line. I love that line that you say. You should not even remember age.
Exactly. You don't even remember age. Honestly, exactly. Like me, I work. Like I told you, I work in the commercial banks where they have young like 21, 20, and as a vendor, you have to work with them. You don't want to say because the bank the management puts them because they know they have something to give out. You understand? So you cannot say because you are okay, this person is good, I'm older than this person because of that. I won't even listen. You have to listen. Even though you also you share opinion together. Okay, this is the way I see it. Do you see it this way? Oh no, I don't see this way. And you explain why you see it that way. You understand my point? You explain why you see that way. Then you'll be able to as in you will, the sky is not even you. It's not your limit itself. So you have to understand that age, this is not about age, this is about my career. This is about my life. This is where I want to get to in certain years. I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a purpose. So from my experience, I can work with a 6-year-old child, honestly. As even a baby, I can work with them because I've had experience. I've worked with so many young chaps, and they are very lovely. When you respect them, they will respect you. When you give them their own level of respect, they will. And when somebody wants to take you for granted, you give them back that no, this is the limit. This is how it should be, and they will take to correction. That is my own belief about age. Age is nothing but a number. So don't remember age when you are seeking for knowledge.
Thank you. Now you have scattered the table. Officially, the table has been scattered. Because I mean, one thing I always think is that if you don't go about to ask for your boss name when you want to join a company, why then should you be bothered about the age when you want to get a mentor?
Yeah.
As long as you will join a company, as long as they can pay you your salary, right? The same way you get a mentor, as long as they can give you what you want.
You can learn. Yes.
And as you mentioned, if you respect them, they will surely give you all the respect.
They will surely give you yours. Yes.
And once, let's say unconsciously, they go beyond their boundary, right? Even someone elderly can go beyond their boundary with you.
Exactly.
Let them quickly know that, oh, sorry, this is the limit, and they accept themselves, and then you continue.
Exactly.
So, wow. This is so eye-opening, guys. This is so eye-opening. Okay, so let's talk about something interesting about this whole learning, right? We know that it said people that are very young, they catch up information very fast, right? And then we came up with this adult education in the tech space.
Okay.
Do you think that, I don't want to put it the way I want to put it, so let's not be like I'm being biased. Because it's always like, anyway you teach an elderly, anyway you are teaching a young child, let's say you're teaching a young child a topic in 30 minutes, you are meant to teach an elderly person in 1 hour, just so that they can be able to understand better. I'm just trying to do all of this one to water the ground. I'm still going
all right. Yeah.
But where I'm going to with my question is, you want to switch into tech. You want to switch, not into tech, you're already in tech. You want to switch into testing.
Yes.
You already have 10 years of experience in testing. And then you now get this role, and then they're like, they want to pay you a money that is totally lower than what you're already earning as an application support per se for 10 years.
Okay.
So they don't want to leverage on your experience in application support. They don't want to focus on your skill set, your current level as a tester. My question is, the money. That's the genesis of everything.
Okay. I want to hear.
So for the money, how do you balance? How do you balance that? See, it's not easy.
I understand. It's not easy. Yes.
For let's say in a particular role for like 10 years, because that's like one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people cannot switch. That's one of the biggest reasons, because they feel like they're starting life afresh.
Afresh, yes.
So you're already working in this company collecting, like, let's even mention a visible amount, let's say 500K. Then you want to go to testing. And I said, well, you need to do internship in testing. We can give you unpaid internship for 50,000 naira.
How much?
50,000 naira. So for someone that wants to, because truth is, if anybody wants to switch into tech now, your mind will go to that point, because at the end of the day, when you make money, when you get into this switching role, you might not see 80% of the time, you might not get exactly the amount you're getting here in the new role. Yes. So how do you balance it? That's the genesis.
How do you balance that kind of scenario?
Yes.
It's a difficult one, actually, because everybody will want to go for higher level, you understand? But with my own level of experience, I won't lie to you. I won't go for it. I will still believe that I will see something that will balance like close to what I'm earning within the same field, within the same technology that I want. So I believe that I will still get it. That's my belief.
Okay, so this is what we are going to debate for today, guys. So if you guys are not listening,
Oh,
fasten your seatbelts. For those that are watching, fasten your seatbelt. So the reason why I asked that question is, and for me, well, I'm a debater, so I can debate the two sides of the coin very well. Don't mind me. But today, I'm going to choose to sit at this table. Then after the debate session, I'm going to come to the other side. But let me sit at this table of defending, of not supporting your point. Right? I can support your point, but let me sit at the table of not supporting your point. Now, you said you believe you are still going to see a salary for that testing. So let's use your application support and testing now. So what you just said, let me just rephrase to be sure. You said that you can still get a testing job that can pay you, let's say, around 300.
Yeah, that one is a bit, that one is sensible.
So
I will know that in the next few months, I can easily change, move ahead again, depending on the job. Depends, Sha.
Okay, so my audience, I'm going to win that over with 2 points. So my first point is, you know that when we are starting a career in testing, for example, me and you know that before we can give someone a salary of 300K in this ecosystem of Africa, it means that you have had years of experience in testing, at least 2 years doing software testing, strict software testing. You have experience, you have worked in companies project, you have seen your track record. But in this role you had, this application support, we don't have a track record of you doing software testing. Do you understand?
Yes, do.
You might be doing a bit of it, but it's not your focus for 2 years. So how do you want to convince me as an hiring manager that I should not take someone who has been doing testing for 2 years and available to pick up that role? How do you want to convince me to pick you that don't have that full 2 years experience? You just finished learning testing last month and then you're looking for a testing job. So how do you want to convince me?
I will convince you.
Okay.
I think I will be able to convince you by I'm thinking about to answer that question.
I'm winning, guys. I'm winning.
I'm able to convince you by showing my technical knowledge, actually, because
in software testing or in application support.
Yeah, even though as application support, you can't support an application without having a technical background. You understand? So I can use my technical background to get you. That's look, I have this tech knowledge. I'm not just coming in. I'm not just a newbie. I'm not just coming into tech field. I understand what is going on around technology. I can use how do I put it? As in, I'm not new, really. So I can use that, even though I'm not a pure tester. You understand? Even though I'm not into full core testing, with my technical knowledge, I will be able to understand and I'll be able to do what you expected me to do on time. Because I'll be able to I will be able to pick up compared to somebody that doesn't have that technical background. So that's my own strong point that I will use for my hiring manager.
Yeah, she wants to win. She wants to win. She wants to win. We're going to get her. Okay, so let me see. So, but you know that during interview, we are going to be asking you core software testing questions.
Yes, I know.
How do you we want to ask you about integration testing, system testing? How do you carry out, your API test with the database? How do you carry out?
As application support, I know how to run an API test. I will tell my hiring manager, I can run API. I do a lot of testing.
Okay.
Even though it's not purely You understand?
I will not do. So you know that as an application support, all of these things, and I totally agree with you. You are very correct. In fact, if I'm supposed to come and support, switch to your side, that is what I would have leveraged on. Your experience as an application support person, your experience as someone that is into the technical part of things, even a developer, that will always be like a bargaining power. But let's talk about someone that has been in customer service, call centers, business
Okay.
business units. How do you think that person can convince me to pay him or her 300K
It
when
will
they
be
just
difficult. It will be very, very difficult. If I'm in that shoe, I will go lower just for the knowledge and for the experience. That's my candid opinion.
we should clap for phone? Okay, we should clap for okay. Now, I love the point you said, and I'm going to reiterate on them just to elaborate on it.
All right.
Coming from when you're switching a role, I'm always of the opinion that you don't throw away your previous experience. Don't throw it away. I'm always saying that no matter where you're coming from, don't throw it away. Because there's always something at that place to pick and bring here. The mistake a lot of people make is that when they want to go into tech, they want to come on a clean note. I don't know anything. I just want to start afresh. That they have that block. The second block they now have is I want to earn exact amount I was earning before. That makes it totally impossible for them to switch. Because you are coming to compete with people. Gone are the days software testing was not a competitive skills. Now it's very competitive. We are pumping, we are training people every day. We are pumping people into the tech space. At least I'm guilty of pumping over 600 people into this.
No. That's in fact. Let me clap for you. You have really tried, to be honest.
So you are coming to compete with strong 600 software testers. At least, let's just say at least 100 of them are looking for job. Let's just say, now out of those 100, let's say at least 10 people have applied for that job that you're applying for. Now, you are a customer service.
Service coming.
You just finished learning a program today. I don't know where you learn it from, anywhere you learn it from. Okay. And they are coming to that line. And then someone that also, did software testing training as well is also coming into that line. Both of you don't have any experience before, but both of you are coming to that line. And then you want to call, you have done interview, right? I'm giving a typical example of a graduate of Tesco Camp that finished as a banker. She's working as a tester now, but that was the stage she was. Okay. She finished the program, another guy to finish the program. They both went to apply for a company because anytime we finish, we used to throw job offers and the people apply. They both went to the interview. Now, the problem came at the salary level. This company was only ready to pay 100K for an intern. She, as a customer service professional, she was collecting over, she was already at a senior level collecting over 350, 400K. So this or that guy, Baba just a fine job. Why just won't work? Baba doesn't have any experience before. Now, the question is, why should I give you? So this person is negotiating for 300K. This person is okay with 150.
150.
And you just realize that for a very long time, this person will not get a job.
At all, because
she doesn't have the skill set.
It will be difficult.
In terms of salary, with where you started from, right? This person will move. Another person will come to negotiate with you on another job. The person will get it. Another one will come, the person will get it. Now, what this person just needs to do, and what she eventually did when I spoke to her one-on-one is, calm down. You are only going to see, you can use a 6-month suffering to gain a lifetime of flourishness.
Yes.
You just need to suffer. See, it is sufferhead, I know. Do the sufferhead for 1 year and enjoy the benefit forever. Because if you want to stick to your customer service role, How many times do they promote you in 5 years?
In the line.
In that line, how many times did they promote you in 5 years? But with a testing role that you started with 100K today, I can bet with you that in 5 years to this time, you already be in at least 700K. That's like pay all worst scenario.
It might not even be up to a year.
Exactly. I'm saying like, let's not say all worst, like worst. You're already earning double of this amount in this tech field in 3 years. But you can remain at this field. So what people don't want to do, you see that suffer ed period, that 1 year or that 6 months or that 3 months of suffering, people don't want to go through it. But the truth is that, especially when you're coming from a non-technical role,
background,
a non-tech background, you will do that suffer ahead. If you want to break into it,
sure, that does it.
You have to do it. You have to go on a diet of 500K, go on a diet of 50K. And what some people do, some people that are able to do it is that they combine this other job with this one that they are doing. Once they now see that this other job is taking their time, they now leave this their non-tech job and they focus on tech job.
On tech job.
Okay. You have answered my question, so I cannot even debate with you again. For you coming from application support, you are not my right debater. I would have debated everything. So, like you have mentioned, right?
Yeah.
When you're coming from a technical role, like application support, like developer, or any role, even PM, when you're coming from those roles, you can leverage on your experience to convince anyone that you can deliver the job. Yes, you might not be an expert in that field yet. Yes. You might not be an expert in testing yet, but you are skilled enough to take up in that position and use that your skill set experience to compete for an higher amount. If that person that I was talking about as a banker was an application support person and coming for this role, even if this person wants to collect 150K, they rather go for this person with 300K request. Why? Because she has some other experience that this guy does not even have.
Exactly.
So they can really, even if they ask for your previous salary, they can see that, oh, she's actually stepping down from what she earned before just to work with us or just to, put these skills into practice. So your ability to negotiate and put your best out there is key. If you are coming from a non-technical background, it is important that you are ready to go on a diet.
Then you have to.
Be it a 3-month diet, be it a 6-month diet, be it a 1-year diet, do it. And I can bet you that by the time you're coming out from the other side, oh my God, you'll be like, wait, was it not 6 months ago I was collecting?
So in this amount.
So yes, thank you for that, because that part we spend time to talk about is something a whole lot of people are going to find very useful. I believe, anyone that listens to this, drop a comment and tell us that yes, it was very useful, because it is a major blocker for people to switch, because they just can't fathom why they should. The sacrifice the sacrifice is worth it. That's just what I would say. Okay, so to wrap it up, I just one more question before you go.
Right. Okay, ma'am.
So, coming from, how do you mentioned something when you were introducing yourself. You mentioned about, not even when you mentioned the first question, you said there are days that you had to sleep in the vendor's office.
Yes.
And, probably your husband will be at home with the kids. My question is, let's talk about your growth in the tech. Has there been a point or a time where, because you are a woman or because you are a married woman with children, has that limited your growth at any point when you were in the last 10 years?
Yes, sure. It has limited.
Please, we want to hear more.
Today, I'm actually like, why did I do it? The area, it goes to a point as a woman, especially married woman with kids, you look at it, What am I still looking for again? Let me just be managing this one. Say maybe after I resign or after I start my business.
Mm.
So I got to a point in my career that I didn't even apply for years. I don't even look, I don't even apply. I'm like, I'm okay here. Let me just after some time I just resign. After some time I just resign.
Mm.
So it was a mistake.
Mm.
And I would like to advise people out there that don't assume you are comfortable.
Mm.
Don't assume you are comfortable, or because you are married, you don't really need to stress yourself to improve your knowledge, to do more things. You understand, to explore.
Yeah.
Don't say you don't need to explore again. I've been doing this. This one I'm doing too. Okay, let me
So,
just remind
okay.
you. Before you know it, time with how do I put it? The time will overtake you, and you are now seeing yourself as you are not seeing yourself that what happened to me? Where am I when things are going up? Where am I when people are moving? Where
Okay.
people are doing things? And was I sleeping? So don't
Mm.
limit. I will advise people not to limit yourself. Don't think that you are okay. No matter how much the company is paying you, try to explore. Always explore.
Wow.
That's my own point.
Hmm. Ladies, y'all heard it. Okay, so one last question I will ask is, when you give birth in companies, they'll ask you to go on 6 months, 9 months, 1 year leave. Do you think that that period of being at home for that long, does it affect you fitting back into the workspace?
You mean for the for maternity?
Leave, yes. Does it
For
affect-
me,
because when you go on leave for that long,
for
six
three
months,
months.
9 months. No, let's even say some people go for 9 months.
Okay. Oh,
So how does it affect back integrating back into the workspace? By the time you come back after 1 year or after nine, some people because they get pregnant, they just leave they just resign.
okay. Okay.
Then they're like, okay, when I give birth and I take care of my kids, I want to spend time with my kids at the early stage. Then later I'll
Hmm.
continue with my career. And then some don't ever go back. They just want to do business. Some even go back and find out that, oh, their junior is not even their senior now. The everything has changed. But how does that break that ladies put into, and sorry guys, this is for ladies anyways, how does that break that ladies put between the time of child getting conceived and having those things, and then getting back into the space in tech, particularly, especially in a very vast environment like tech like
Yes.
this? Do you think
Professional
that that
environment.
break affects?
Yeah, sure, it will affect. Though I've not had experience of a longer period than more than 3 months,
Okay.
but from my own little experience, which is that 3 months,
Hmm.
it will affect you in a way that you can't really be 100% like you used to be before. You have little distractions, especially when you want to study that let me do some reading or let me do some okay. One of it is programming. If you're a woman and you want to be you're a programmer, in fact, I hear, because I I don't know how it will be very easy for you be a programmer at the same time attending to family issues, because
Hmm.
it takes time. It takes a lot of time. Although recently I've seen a situation where people can collaborate on GitHub and they'll be able to, then you don't have that opportunity. You have to go and be
Yeah.
reading a book. You understand? I'm talking about 2005 thereabouts. You have to be. I used to be a programmer. Then you have to read a book, or you have to do it yourself. Find a way around it. So
Mhm.
it will always be challenging for a married woman at a point when you have a leave,
Mm.
a period that you stay away from work, from
That thing.
taking to work.
So what do you think it would be your advice to for them in order to be able to sync back when they get when they come outside of their leave. What are the tips you share to, for you as an example, after your 3 months, what are the things that get you to get your grooves back into the work system?
Okay.
Or you're one of those ladies that you don't even used to leave. You just used to leave the office, but you are not really on leave.
No. We do have leave. We have vacations actually.
I know you go on leave. I'm saying that, do you really go on leave? Or you are people that will say I'm on leave, but you're on their laptop 247.
Well, sometimes like that, but when you're let me try to think what somebody can do. I think the best bet is just to create a time out of that no time to go through what is going on in the techie space. Just try as much as possible, even if it is 30 minutes. Go to, thank God now it's very easy. Go to YouTube or go to Udemy. At least from there you'll be able to know what is going on in the technology space so that you can meet up. I know I might not be able to answer your question correctly, but that's what I just wish.
Yeah, I don't have experience either, but I think that from my colleagues that I know they are married with kids, they go on break and stuff, is that so most of them used to keep tabs with what is going on in the office, even when they're on leave. Sometimes they join our town hall meetings, they get updates.
Okay.
They still ask people to reach out to them if they need any help. So sometimes, even when I have a difficulty at work and I needed help, I won't ask those at the office. I will ask the person that is not in the office, just so that our mind can still sink back into the work system. Do you understand? And of course, constantly having a good colleagues, constantly reach out to you are the basic tips I can give for now. I don't have experience. Probably when I get to that level, I will share the experience.
That's actually a good point. Yes, a colleague that you can easily reach out to know what is going on. That's your touch point there. Yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
All right. So what would be your final, because it's the end of the session, what would be your advice for us? General to ladies, for someone like you that you're married, been in this tech environment for 10 years, and you're moving into a new field entirely, just to give us a general word of advice.
Okay, generally, I will start from the beginning to say thank you, Ibironke, for the time. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot from you. And for Ladder platform, thumb up, they should keep it up. It's good. Yeah, yes. Is good. Just like they should make it flexible and do it often so that people can come in more into tech. Yes. Yeah. Then now, generally to everybody, tech is the deal. Yes.
Tech evangelist.
Is the way. In fact, I think even this day they say is the current oil. Yeah.
Tech is the new oil.
Yeah. So we advise people not to be tired. Sometimes you may be frustrated that how do I meet up with what is going on? How do I need to have this knowledge? And you don't need it. You just need a focus. This is a tool that I want to know. Go for it and be consistent with it. You don't need to, Apium, I want to learn Selenium, this one, because jack of all trades and master of none is not good. So that's what I've decided now, that this is the one I want to learn. And that this is what I'm going to be good, to be an expert on. So I will advise people to try to know what the one they think is okay and the one that is generally acceptable, so that you can easily get a job on that on that line. Because if most 70% or 80% are using Selenium and you are learning something else, how will they accommodate you into their own field, into their own company rather? So that's my advice to people. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Funke. It was so great having you, and thank you so much for the word of advice. For everyone listening, or people that will end up listening, I hope you learn one or two things. I hope you share with us. Drop comments and tell us what really stood out for you, and we'll really appreciate. Okay, bye bye, everyone.